Hello all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining. Hope you can hear me.
Good evening, Raghavan.
Hey. Just tell me the time. All right. Hi Naveen, hi Parvez, hi Dhananjay, Dashika, Suman, Lasya, Lakshmi. Okay. Hey Teja, Lasya. Okay. Hi. Thanks for joining. Okay, we'll give a minute or two for others to join. Roughly, there are 30 plus people who have registered, shown interest. Right, let's give a minute or two and then we will get started. Right. We'll give one more minute and then we will get started. Yeah. I think there are some people who have some challenge in joining. Right. Okay, I think we should get started. There are other people who are joining slowly, let them join. So good evening or good morning, good afternoon, one and all. Thank you very much for joining the very first session of the JavaFest Recession, right? So typically we do have a couple of events arranged in the JavaFest organization. So we are trying to conduct a lot of different events. One among them is called Recession. So typically it was, we wanted to change the word from recession to recession. For the people who were impacted or laid off their jobs due to the recession period, and we want to help them reconnect, re-engage, re-synergize themselves to get them job ready. So that is the whole motto of this particular track. So my name is Raghavan Alaya Saravanan Muthu, my name in full. So I'm living in Bangalore currently, working as a director of engineering in Milvik Bima. But this is on my individual capacity. I am helping the people for the community, Java-based community, to do my best, right? So that's a quick self-introduction about me. Obviously, definitely there are many people who have reached out to me and the folks as well who are of the JavaFest. I know our best buddy Naveen Reddy is in the call. He was there. So who also runs a separate YouTube channel called Telescope. So who is an YouTuber and educator who conducts a lot of different training sessions on Java, Python, those stuff. He had also posted a video a couple of days ago about this. And he is one of the organizers of this and also a contributors on this JavaFest, right? So to that said, I welcome all of you once again to this session. So I have prepared a deck today, which I want to present to all of you, and then we'll gradually take along. And I just wanted to explain you how exactly this track is going to be and what we intend to take it further, right? Then eventually we'll have the question and answers as well, and we will go further. So that said, okay, there are people who are joining. Give me a minute. Okay. So welcome to the people who have joined late, Chakravarti, Teja, Suman, others, right? Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Kindly give me a confirmation.
Yes, we are able to see.
Thank you. So this is the track that we spoke about, Java Festival, typically 2023. First of its kind, we are organizing an event, which is supported by a lot of different Java user groups, right? Bojag, Bangalore Jag, Delhi Jag, and Mumbai Jag. And this event is actually supposed to happen on 15th of July 2023 at Christ University, Bangalore, right? So this is a recession is what the track that I'm leading now. And that's the orientation class that we have today, right? So once again, a warm welcome to all of you who have joined, who shown interest to be a part of this track and community, right? So this is going to be our agenda today. So overall, the topics what we're going to have, agenda and the quiz what we plan to conduct, and the application development, how exactly we will enable the people to develop an application, and the event, the grand event, what is going to happen, that is JavaFest. Then a couple more items on points to ponder, what exactly is the important points that you should be taking care of, taking notes. Then just a refresher on the website, which we have from the recession track, plus the Q&A, we will take it. So that's going to be the agenda. And this is the event page in LinkedIn. So I would definitely request and recommend all of you to kindly share this page with your friends, whoever are in the same league, right? Potentially we intend to help. I know there are many people who reached out to us, right? To me or other even coordinators as well, who are not really, the potential eligible candidates, right? As I just re-emphasize the fact, we are intending to help the people whose job were impacted due to recession. So the people who are just fresh out of college or are already actively in a job may not be the ideal candidates for this. So we don't strictly push them off, but we would give a privilege to the people who are in the sabbatical, right? Probably we would say who are out of the career for the obvious reasons and who want to get into the shape, right? Again, right? So those are the potential candidates we would prefer to help them. So that's it. That's going to be the recession, what we intend to do, right? So this is what is the course progression, what we plan to have, right? The actual purpose is from recession to recession. So we want to conduct some sessions on a regular fashion for re-equipping the candidates, right? In order to bridge their knowledge and skills gaps, whatever they have potentially. Right? Sometimes there are people who want to change the track as well. Probably, from a domain perspective. See, most importantly, this is on a Java technological stack. As you see, the event itself is JavaFest. So technically, we want to stick to Java. the domain is agnostic. It doesn't matter which domain people who are on, right? Probably from banking industry, telecom, automobile, doesn't matter. Healthcare, doesn't matter. Your actual domain doesn't matter. Just the technology is what matters. We are intending to focus more on the technology, right? And so to bridge the knowledge or skills gap, and also we would help the candidates become job ready, right? So we would help them to prepare themselves well to get acquainted with the whatever the knowledge gap they have, and we will be filling and keeping them job ready. So what is the plan in order to achieve our purpose, right? So we will conduct regular classes from today. That's what the kickoff session we have it today, orientation session. From 12th June till 7th July, probably about 3 weeks, we intend to conduct the classes from 8 to 9 p.m. IST via Zoom meeting. The same bridge which will be open, we will sharply open at 8 p.m. We intend to keep it for an hour. Depending on the situations, it can extend a bit, right? So only on weekdays, right? We don't intend to have it on weekends for obvious reasons. So we tend to conduct only on weekdays. The most important factor here is, as you understand, the registration. Obviously, Zoom will require you to register. That's primarily because we want to have your details handy, right? Not for any other reasons. You can be rest assured. All the coordinators and the volunteers are all professionals. You can be rest assured. Your data would not be published elsewhere or misused, right? It is only for the genuine, authenticated use wherein we want to reach out to you guys. When we share your details with the people, whoever, right? Potential employees whom we do a handshake, for that purpose, the registration is required, and it would be only used for the legitimate purposes. And the consistency. These classes, when we conduct, we would certainly expect you to be consistent. The interested participants, right, should be consistently attending the classes and the other events what we have. Why do we say that, right? So only then we would be gauging your interest and seriousness, plus how you really cope up in the series of events that go through, right, that takes place. So these are very important criteria we would request. Apart from your interest, please do regularly attend the events, plus consistently you perform it well as well, right? Any quizzes that we have other events as well, which I'll walk you through. So where please do take those sessions seriously and give your best, with which we would be able to scrutinize your candidature better, right? It's not just, we just get the resume and then we do share it. No. This is where eventually we fill in, right? From JavaFest organizers or the Recession track, we would eventually do our diligence by getting you equipped, plus also helping a scrutinization, for which you should help us to help you. So this is very important criteria, right? So what are all the topics that we plan to cover? As we said, again, it is primarily on Java Tech, JavaFest and Java Tech Stack. So from core Java, again, not everything from exhaustive core Java. No, certainly it is not possible. For that matter, any topic we cannot cover within the short time frame, 3 weeks time frame. We cannot cover anything exhaustive. Just a refresher and a gentle touch base we could cover. So from anything from core Java or advanced Java, if you want, then Spring variants, obviously, right? Spring is the most popular technology being used in any enterprise application development. So starting from Spring Core, Spring MVC, Spring Data, there are so many different umbrella projects, right? Modules in Spring, right? We don't intend to cover anything and everything. Say, for example, Spring Batch, Spring Integration, etc. It's just the most popular and widely used modules of Spring, which is used in an enterprise application development. So to name it, Spring Core, Spring MVC, Spring Cloud, Spring Boot, obviously, Spring Data JPA, Spring Cloud will definitely for microservices, right? This is a potential major tech stack we intend to cover on a regular basis to take sessions on classes, right? And yes, significantly important topic, which is again mostly used as a de facto standard in any enterprise application development, is on the cloud, probably AWS, which is still most widely used, and DevOps, right? Some amount of CI/CDs, DevOps concept on demand, whichever the team is interested in. We will probably, if required, we'll take a poll or we'll try to conduct in this fashion, and we will rearrange the order as well on demand as we go. plus unit testing and integration testing for an application. How do we perform? What exactly we tend to cover? And probably we do have just a bit of a history on this. We are primarily, all of us are actively connected from BOJEC, Bangalore Java User Group. 2 years before, right, during the COVID, one of the major massive incident that hit the entire world, right, the novel coronavirus, during which most of us were badly hit, right? The BOJEC team, Bangalore Java User Group teams, they have conducted some regular sessions for about a few months with the same intention to help the people regain their knowledge and get their job, right? So that was the most important activity that took place in 2019 or 2020, right? So where they conducted a series of classes. So one among them, we do have a volunteer who is interested. His name is Feroz, who is interested, who was actually potentially game changer, I would say, who conducted a series of lessons on DS and algorithm, data structures and algorithms. That's again not very exhaustive. I keep repeating that. What is most important data structure and algorithm that is required in a job interview, probably for a mid-level, or the profile that we have in 5 to 6 years or 7 years up to 10 years, right? What is that the companies look for? Their skill set on data structures and algorithms. So we do have the same person, Feroz, whose name is Feroz, who is interested in conducting the classes on data structures and algorithms. So that's why I've listed down. So anything else that we probably can cover based on the interest, we would take it upon. So that is what the core topics that we plan to conduct. That's our plan, right, for 3 weeks from today. And the preparation. So we do plan for the regular events, regular sessions. How do you get the candidates prepared or assess themselves, right? First thing is we plan to have a live quiz, which is a live quiz, again, live event. All you need to do is you attend the quiz from wherever you are, like how you are attending these classes. So which we think, probably we thought, 25th of June, we will conduct the live quiz on Sunday, probably some 10 a.m. Roughly about that time we will have it. Maybe about an hour's time we will have this quiz. We'll have these details little later. In detail, I'll walk you through. And a live event, sorry, not a live event, it's an in-person event. That's a live, I mean to say. For an application development, there's a next stage where we will scrutinize. We will want all of you to be developing an application, real-time application, under in-person supervision as well. We plan to conduct on 8th July. So that's a two-step preparation phase where we will help the people to get themselves prepared and equipped, with which we'll also be in a position to scrutinize. Then the ultimate aim is progression. How are we actually progressing from this track? So on the day of the event, the meeting of the qualified candidates, how do we assess the qualified candidates based on all these factors that I've just been explaining? A regular consistent attendance and the interest, plus the preparation, the quiz and the event, all put together, we will evaluate. So the set of volunteers we have lined up, we have lined up the volunteers. We will scrutinize the people based on this, with which on the day of the event, on 15th of July, 2023, at Christ University, Bangalore, when the actual JavaFest is happening, there are a lot of other session speakers are coming in. We have invited. There is going to be a talk on various different topics. But this is the most important event that's going to happen for the people on this track, where the employers are coming in. We will let them meet. That is what is actual progression. I'll give you the details as well in a bit when we talk about everything in detail. So that's going to be an agenda of the entire track of this recession, not recession, recession, right? So this is how the quiz we have. Probably the first thing I told you, right? All these are regular classes. We will take it up. I'm gonna give you a bit more details on how we plan to conduct the quiz and the event, right? The application development. So the quiz is a technical quiz, obviously. We do have a tie-up with one of our other organizers, who is also one of the co-organizers of BOJEC. There is a team whom we have partnered with. It's called QuizHub. This company called Confirm. Their product is QuizHub. So where we will be conducting a live quiz for about 45 minutes to 1 hour duration on 25th of June, Sunday, right? Probably 10 a.m. we will conduct on Roughly about 30 questions should be good enough for us, 30 or 40 questions, right? On 6 to 7 topics. Whatever we teach, we cover. Core Java, some amount of data structure, algorithms, Spring, databases, all put together, Agile, DevOps, CI/CD. So mixture of all the topics, we'll have the quiz from different complexities, and there will be a live scores published, right? You will take up the scores, you will understand where do you stand from the ranking perspective, scores perspective. Please do make a note, this really matter. This is one of the evaluation criteria for our scrutinization. As part of our scrutinization, this is the first step. So certainly, please do attend, prepare yourself, give your best. As I said, why it's a live quiz, it's a coordinated quiz. It is not like we will give an URL, you will take at your own pace. No, this is going to be a coordinated quiz where all of us, like how we are attending now, will be a part of the meeting. A moderator or organizer will be conducting the quiz and releasing each quiz at a time. And the poll, like more like a poll, live poll, right? It's a live quiz. So we will conduct that, and the scores will be published immediately, but we will have the scores recorded. We will have it captured behind the scenes. And if needed, we intend to have only one quiz. If it is kindling an interest to the participants, if you are okay, you guys want more, we can plan to have a couple more quizzes, maybe one or two more we can have it, right? That's the first level of evaluation criteria. This is just an image I have taken on a demo quiz, what I have prepared, just for an understanding illustration perspective I put in here, right? This is the next important evaluation criteria on the application development, right? Obviously, this is where we would want all of the training sessions and preparations and knowledge sessions, whatever we are attending at a regular pace, should come into an effect, right? The live testimony, right? The real application where we will, it's an in-person event where we will all the participants will be given a topic. Probably there'll be a couple more agendas, right? The actual subject, what exactly we're going to develop. It could be on probably, a property management system or even management system or ticket booking or library management, whatever it is, right? Student management, anything of that choice, which we will use it in a day-to-day fashion, right? But that is not going to be revealed in advance. The topic will be given only during that venue, just before the event gets started, right? So the participants will be expected to develop an application live for about, this is going to be happening on 7th or 8th of July, 2023. The venue as of now, we have actually organized at Oracle Bangalore, right? So I put a star because there could be, due to any logistic change challenges, there may be a change, but we plan to conduct this as an in-person event at Bangalore, in Bangalore, right? So please do help yourself, come to the event. Please do attend it in person and come prepared with your own device. Bring your own device. You are expected to bring your own laptop, with using which you will code. You will do the live coding under supervision as well, right? There will be invigilators who is watching you out, how exactly you do it. And the duration of which would be 2 hours overall, for which, first 20 minutes we will be setting right the stage by sharing the agenda and the preparations. Any precursory work you need to do, right? We will give you that for 20 minutes to set right the stage, plus the 100 minutes would be given to each candidate for the actual coding of the application that you are given the topic. Maybe we can have a round robin, or you can choose a topic of your choice as well. Doesn't matter, right? We would give that, but that would be decided only on that event. There is no pre-choice, right? You don't have a pre-choice. It's only on that day of event we will give that. And eventually, the source code, whatever you develop, should be checked into GitHub, right? The evaluation criteria would be quite a few, but actually I'm not listed it down, right? Starting from actual functional use cases, right? Functional endpoint, what exactly this application is supposed to behave. So these several buckets we would have for evaluating the candidate. Number one, the completion of the application. Probably if you take a CRUD functionality, create, read, update, delete, is the entire application functionality is complete. Number two, the user interface. If there is a user interface, how good, how UI UX, right, that we speak about, how good the presentation is all about to the users. Third is a validation criteria, right? Fourth is the validation is all about, how the thought process of a developer, how are you developing the validation criteria of the application? Could be on front-end validation or back-end validation, etc. Then fourth topic is the testing, unit testing, integration testing, how much you give focus and attention. Probably one more is documentation. If you have time, what is the most essential documentation that you have? So likewise, 4 to 5 different buckets would be evaluated. The completed source code will be evaluated against these 5 buckets. Also, that backend database we could have it, right? So with which, how each candidate, every candidate is scoring how much on each bucket. So that score will become summed up, and that will be your final score on the application which you develop. You will be checking into GitHub, that we will check out and we will run it. Right? Technology is again on Java tech stack, nothing out of the syllabus. Whatever we train, whatever we discuss, that's going to be the case. Right? Nothing else out of the boundary. So that's going to be the second and most important evaluation criteria of all the participants. These two put together, we will have a better understanding of how each individual candidate is ranked and what are you good at. So probably, this is where we will come to a conclusion that the person is more focused or strengthened on having more good strength on the back end or the front end, right? Or the design skills are looking good. So we will be evaluating, and accordingly we will help your candidature push towards the next stage, which is the grand event on JavaFest. What exactly we're going to do? So far, we have attended the regular classes, plan, and the preparation. We have taken up a quiz, and also we have taken up the application development. These two are done. Then the ultimate aim is to meet all of us on the event, JavaFest. This is what the important occasion that's going to happen. Meeting between candidates and employers. There are some employers who are interested in hiring the candidates, right? So the names of which are not going to be revealed. We will keep it confidential. We don't want to publish. We don't want to create any controversies out of it, right? We don't want to we don't want that to happen. We will keep it with us. All we have it as a JD. On the day of event, we will have all the JDs. Prior to that also we will have. Some of them will publish only on the day of event. They will come to the stall and share the JDs. And how we do JavaFest Recession team, we have your details with us plus your scoring based on the quiz, also on the application development what you have done, with which we will have the scrutinization ready based on the jobs definition, JDs, and the skill set what they need, how the candidates we have it with us. We will have a mix and match and we will share the people. Yes, Dhananjay.
Do you have any criteria for experience, like what is the minimum experience required or maximum?
Yes, Dhananjay. Please give me a minute. Let me complete that. I'll come to that. Yeah, sure. So this is where, your interest, obviously, skill set, attendance, and scoring. We want definitely, this is where the complete objective or the due diligence of our JavaFest Recession organization team's role will be fulfilled. As I said again in the beginning, we are not just going to do the postman job. Out of our interest, we are purely on a voluntary basis. This is completely a free service. We don't charge anything to anybody. Completely no cost at all here, right? Nobody charges. Purely out of interest, genuine interest to help the people and also to the community. We are doing this. All of us are professionals, working professionals at different employed at different organizations. With the different experience and background, we have assembled here to genuinely help the people, right? So our actual work is on this. We are definitely traveling with all of you, right? It's not like we don't do a postman job. Okay, you get the CVs, you share the CVs, okay, here you go. No, strictly no. We equip the people, as I said in the very first slide. We are traveling with the candidates by sharing the knowledge, taking training sessions, conducting the quiz, helping them to develop an application. And also we can have an ad hoc calls, sessions. Probably I have not listed it down. If there is a genuine interest, like if at all, people who are having a good amount of gap, they genuinely have questions, something like, ask me anything, or career guidance of that sort also we would help, right? We can have our own volunteers, or if needed, we can invite the people as well. So we could give the career. I have one more slide that covers what exactly we intend to do. So this is the most important factor where our job will be fulfilled by potentially equipping the candidates and giving them to the quality candidates to the employers. Not just like, you take the CVs here. No, that is where the trust the employers have on us would also be fulfilled. So that's going to be the actual event for this candidates on this track. But not just that, I'll also walk you through the website where we have a lot of different events and that's going to take place. Depending on your time and availability, you can potentially attend anything of your interest, right? But most important thing, absolutely, we are not giving any guarantee to anybody on the job. We don't say anybody any guarantee or commitment here. Hey, we will get you a job. No, as you must have understood by now. We are on all ethical grounds. We are helping the people to reshape themselves, get them potentially prepared, right? And then be job ready. That's the maximum we do. The best possible assistance and support we are doing. We don't give any guarantee. So please do not have any such expectations. Obviously, as I said, this is not a paid consultancy or anything, purely out of interest and volunteering, we are doing it, right? So that is going to be the ultimate event that's going to happen on 15th July, before which this is how we plan to progress on a gradual fashion, right? So, yeah, before we go there, I would walk you through this event as well. This is the JavaFest website. As you must have, most of you would have looked at it. If not, please take a look and stay tuned. The very first slide I've given you. So these are all the sessions, right? You have initiative, you see 4 different tracks we have. Recession is what we have been talking now for the past 30 minutes. Startup is intended to help the people who are the budding startup entrepreneurs, right? This is the place where we intend to conglomerate all the people of different sorts who are interested in running a startup company, who are job seekers, who are probably willing to gain knowledge. There is a student synergy as well. Please do take a note. We are also planning to conduct some academic orientations, right? For the people who are in the college academics. For them as well, we plan to have a synergy, student synergy, where we intend to bring them together. So that is where, that's the beauty of the session. Tech converged, right? We want to have academic background people from colleges, people from industry, people from companies, right? Industry on both the sides, job seekers and job providers, employers. Plus, most important, another thing is birds of a feather. This is going to be an architects group, right? Recession, this is what you have just discussed. I think it's going to take a time. Why it doesn't load up? Yeah. So this is for startup. You may please take your time to go through that in detail, right? What exactly we intend to cover on each event, each track, right? That is led by my other good friend, who is also a very active open source contributor and a teacher, also a project coordinator, organizer, Satish Kumar Tyagarajan, who conducts this startup initiatives. And student synergy, this is for, that is what, as I told in the beginning, Naveen Reddy, who is a famous YouTuber, who has a great interest in sharing his knowledge, who conducts a lot of different courses as well on his own, on Spring Boot. He's a veteran, I would say, right? On Python, blockchain, Java. I think if I'm not wrong, for the past 1 decade, he has been running a series of sessions on his YouTube channel, and also a corporate trainer who runs this student synergy. Like how I'm leading this recession, Naveen leads this activity. So you may connect with him, look at this website, go through all these details, right? Then the birds of a feather is more on architecture. Architecture's birds of a feather, who are at a senior grade, right? Probably like 8+ or 10+ years of experience, who wants to stay focused on enterprise application architecture. So that's an exclusive track on the architects. So where we invite a seasoned architects into the community, into the event, right? So please stay tuned. I would say LinkedIn's JavaFest company page. I would request all of you to follow, like the page, so that any updates or post that is happening, you would be automatically notified, and you can choose to follow which track you are more interested in, right? So these are all different subtopics we plan to conduct. This is again one of the seasoned experienced professionals, Rajadurai Krishnamurthy, who is also a regular trainer or regular speaker in project sessions. who is really good at hands-on architecture and the code smells, a lot of different aspects of enterprise application development, who's an expert, right? So he is leading that initiative. So just to let you know what exactly the other topics of tracks that we cover, right? So this recession is what I am leading. Raghavan, alias Saravanan Muthu, I am leading. So again, we go here. We will reimagine your career. Whoever whoever had lost their job or in a career break, we tend to help you guys. Free training session, we have just covered it. Placement assistance, that's ultimate aim. Plus community support, that's the most important thing. We have a lot of Java user groups. Anybody who knows Java, who talks Java, almost we are covering everybody into a same thread. So that community will help you. Please stay focused, stay connected in JavaFest LinkedIn page. Stay tuned. All the career openings, whatever that comes as well, we'll continue to post it. So that community will help you. If not any individuals or a group of buddies, there is a large pool of community people with whom you get connected. You can share their experience. You can ask your problem. If there is a specific problem that you want a solution, you can post it. Definitely people, that's the best bet in Java, right? People love to share their knowledge and experience. You bet on it. You will get that as well. So that is the actual ultimate pointers on recession. So that's it. So these are all the links which I have shared just now. Recession is the link. And quizhub.app is what we'll be launching the quiz that again would need a registration, but don't worry about it. You can register that once and then you can attend that. Then this is my LinkedIn profile. Primarily, I would be your point of contact. Most of you have been contacting with me, right? You would still continue to get in touch with me for any queries going during the complete flow, even after we are here to help you. So you can continue to be in touch with me. In case I am not available or you are not getting a response on time, probably you can get in touch with Parvesh, who is also in the call right now, who is also a Java enthusiastic, who is also active contributors of Java user group, Bangalore Java user group meetings, who is also a volunteer, who is helping us out on various different initiatives and activities of the Java user group meetings. So who's in LinkedIn? I'll be sharing this PPT with all of you. We'll be publishing it. So please get in touch with Parvesh as well as a secondary point of contact. And we also plan to have a separate dedicated WhatsApp group with regulated access. Obviously, all the discipline decorum to be followed with a strict intention is only for communicating on this, not anything else. No good morning, good evening messages, no political forwards, strictly nothing out of Java. Only aimed towards this recession initiatives and the career aspects. That's the only focused lens we will be always. So there will be a completely regulated and moderated group. So we would be having a WhatsApp group created, looping in all of you guys for an effective communication. That we're gonna do it shortly. All right. And once again, the important dates for us to keep in mind. 12th June, today we started. From tomorrow, the active classes will begin. Till 7th July, Monday to Friday, we will conduct the recession classes. And 25th June, Sunday is gonna be the first level of preparatory, first level of scrutinization, right? Under preparation is the quiz. And 8th July, Saturday, would be the actual application development, which is the second level of evaluation criteria. And 15th July, just a week from there on, that's again going to be in Bangalore. The actual event, JavaFest event, going to be conducted at Christ University, Bangalore, right? So that's the points you want to keep in mind. And this is what I'll be walked you through as a refresher, what exactly we intend to. These are all the most bulletin points, right? So that's our agenda. So now I'm open for question and answers.
Hi, Raghavan. Sorry, we joined late.
Hi, Satish. Thank you for joining. No problem. Yeah. Glad you joined. Yeah. I'm just done with the walkthrough of the content, Satish.
Yeah, Raghavan, I will have some few words if that's okay.
Please, yes, please do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello all. Myself, Satish Kumar Tyagarajan. I also belong to Bangalore Open Source Java User Group. In fact, 3 years before, I think people who are familiar with Bangalore Java User Group, they know about it. When pandemic happened, this kind of similar situation happened. At that point in time, we were conducting COVID classes. We help people to get trained in whatever that is latest technology and help them to regain their jobs. And based on that, we started this initiative. And this time, this is going to be led by Mr. Raghavan, who is I myself consider my mentor actually, and he helped quite a bit of people like you. So all that I would say is, provided you are affected by the recession, don't get panic. It's not that difficult. We are always there to support you. But one that you need to keep in mind is that whenever you are attending the program, it is not guaranteed that you will get the job. You need to put your sincere effort. You put your effort, we give our support, and together we can actually easily restart your career. And since it's a first time and there are smaller groups, if people come forward, unmute, and then they introduce themselves and what they're looking from this group, it will help us, myself and Raghavan, to create the program as per your need. Let us be very frank here. We are putting all the effort for you only. So no need to hesitate asking questions, putting the consensus and all those stuff. Unmute yourself, start speaking, and that's the way that we take it forward. All the very best, and you are at the better hands. Thanks.
Thank you, Satish. Thanks for adding that in. Yeah, I have actually given that gist as well, Satish, while talking about Feroz, who conducted the classes on data structures and algorithms. So yeah, that's good that you added them. Yeah, thank you. All right, so we are open for questions. Guys, please feel free to ask any questions that you have.
Raghavan, as we asked earlier, right? Like, what are the minimum experience for that? Because I know a couple of my friends who got impacted in the layoff. So maybe I can recommend them.
Yes, Dhananjay. Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. Yes. So as I said, this is again, probably, absolutely there is no bar on the eligibility criteria. Anybody who are impacted, we are open to have them, right? So it's not like, 3 to 5 years, 7 to 8 years. No, absolutely we are fine. We try our best. But only thing is that, this training sessions, quiz, application development, this phase, right, what I've covered here, plan, prepare, progress, that is absolutely open. We don't have any. Only thing is, as long as they are in that bucket, who are impacted, whose job was impacted due to recession, then there is a tick mark against their candidature, right? The other criteria for them to be potentially employable is the actual JDs. Let's say, for example, an employer who shares a JD with us, who are only looking for a mid-level engineer, let's say only 5 to 7 years, for example, we cannot give the candidature of a 10 plus years guy to 7 years old. That's going to be only the hard stop. Apart from that, but we don't completely have information as of now. As I told you, there are employers who are approaching us. It's a continuous running stream. There are so many volunteers in different tracks. We are working with employers, right? So we continue to receive the request from them saying that this is my job description. These are all the backend engineers I need, front-end engineers, DevOps engineers, all that. They share the JDs with us. And we are trying to keep stock of all that. So I hope you get me right. If a candidate is of 10 plus years, but then none of the JDs come for 10 plus, then it's a bit difficult. Probably, there is a bit of trade-off we need to arrive at.
Yeah.
Apart from that, that's completely open. We are ready to help anybody for them. Yeah.
Okay. So second question I have, Raghavan, thanks for explanation. Like, I know that this recession to recession is basically is main priority for the person who got laid off in the industry and they are actively looking for the job.
Yep.
Let's say they are in the first priority. Now let's say like me, actually, I wanted to just refresh all my concept and just wanted to refresh. For me also, it's I can allow for this group, or should I go for this architecture or something?
No, you can see, this is as you rightly said, right? Our main primary intention purpose is for the people who are not in job, right? If you're already in a job, you just want to relearn, right? Reshape your knowledge, reinvent, reskill yourself. You're most welcome. But the preference is again depends on number of. See, today I don't know, 30 plus people have showed interest. Only few turned up. Not sure what has happened. Whether they are stuck or they don't know how to register. I don't know. So gradually we expect a lot more traction, right? Sorry.
I was saying maybe they got stuck in the rain today. So
perhaps, right? So if totally depends on, but we don't stop, right? If there are more people, more than what sufficiently we could accommodate. So online classes, we don't have a restriction, right? Zoom allows up to 100 candidates to be joining in the conference, right? In the event as well, there may be a potential restriction on demand. Probably we'll reach out to you. Until then, there is no restriction on any of these. This is again open, right? We are not taking any exclusive efforts for anybody. The efforts is going to be common, but only when it comes to do the potential handshaking, the privilege or preference do matter, right? So you just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Is it Mr. Dhananjay?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Dhananjay. First of all, thanks for asking question. So Dhananjay, this is going to be completely a volunteering effort. Okay. The same way that we approach you as Bangalore Java user group, as you know, it's one of the longest running Java user group, and it's a non-profit group. So we are being respected both from the participants as well as from the company side also. You get where I'm coming to, or is it clear? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Because of that, we are naturally at the place where we can go and figure out companies which are recruiting during the recession time also. That is one side. On the other side, we will get the request from our community members like you to understand you are really in need, one, and also you are sincere to get the job also, which Raghavan will conduct the class and then get the evaluation and all those stuff. Then we will be in a position to say, see companies, these are all our candidates, and these are all sincere people that they are there for all the classes, they are attending all the workshops and all those stuff. Why don't you consider it? So all that we will give you is, it's not like without interview you will get there, but the companies will consider if anybody coming from Bangalore JUG and JavaFest in general, they will consider these people one level higher than compared to other candidates, which they usually get.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
point number 2, related to experience, which many people are asking, let us be very clear. Same way that we are getting participants and then looking at the evaluation criteria and all those stuff, on the other side, we have equal number of interest from the community who started sending JDs already. Raghavan also received certain JDs already, and I received even more than that. So in that JDs, first of all, we filter out certain JDs and we make them as a bucket, 1 to 2 years Spring Boot experience, 2 to 5 years automation experience, data engineers. All this we are categorizing, which we would be publishing probably by end of this month upfront, so that you guys can prepare it. Having said that, let us not confuse between JavaFest and this one, because in JavaFest the seating capacity is going to be limited. We will have only limited number of participants allowed it for JavaFest, but those who are coming to JavaFest, you will have an in-person in-person interview inside JavaFest, but we cannot commit all the seats there. But having said that, all our meetings will be online. We continue to do that until we support as many people as possible. So online classes, no barrier. We don't even say that this is a recession class, nobody else join or something like that, because most of these classes that you are going to get from now onwards, all conducted by experts in their subject areas. And it's valid for anyone. Anyone can join, but only recession people will get the job notification from us. Am I clear?
Yes.
Dhananjay?
Yeah. Thanks, Satish. Thank you.
Satish, yeah, that's a good point, as you said. I'm sharing my screen once again. So I think got missed out. So these are all the sessions that we have lined up on the day of the event, right? As I told you a while ago. So there are speakers, people who want to share their knowledge on various topics. So you can see that in this link. So even Satish is going to present on one of the topics, future of Java persistence. He is also one of the speakers. And Naveen Reddy is also here. He is talking, right? Bridging the gap, exploring mutual expectation between industry and academia, mostly from students' energy as well, you can think of, right? Naveen Reddy. So likewise, you can take a look at, there are about 7 to 8 sessions that's going to be conducted on the day of the event. But this is, as Satish just now told, our intention is not really get you guys filled into these sessions. Our intention is to help you guys empowered, equipped, energized to get back on track, where we will help you meet the employers and get yourself in a qualified manner to meet them and get you a job ready and help you get the job, squeeze the job, what is on hand, right? So that's going to be that. Yeah. Okay, that's a good set of questions, Dhananjay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anything else? Any other questions people do have?
One, I keep saying, the more the question that you ask, the more that you gain, whatever classes it is. Only when we know what you need, then we can get you what we need. So what you need. So if you are facing any specific challenges, please shoot it out here. If any of you have given an interview, even it is a failed attempt, give us a clue which is the area that you find it difficult to crack in the interview. In that case, I myself and Raghavan can go back and work with people who are expert in that area and then bring them as a speakers for you guys. So can anyone tell me what are all the challenges faced by you when you go to the interview? Any challenge?
1 minute, Satish. Sorry, before we go there, I think we have a couple of questions already people posted. Maybe I'll take them out and then we will have the open questions, right? So Teja, who had asked a question about career gap of 1 year, certainly doesn't matter. You are the ideal candidate for this track, Teja. Teja?
Yeah.
So you are the very ideal candidate on this. Yeah. So
Yeah.
stay positive. So we are with you, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you have
I'm recently graduated, so that's why I'm now
Yes.
recession was there. Yeah.
Right. So all we need is your interest and the participation, consistency. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
provide
luck.
myself. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Right? We will do our best.
Yeah.
And Dashika. Yes, that's a very good question, Dashika. Do we get mentors to help us in the journey? Obviously, yes. Right? As we said, so we do have almost more than 2 decades of experience, right? Myself, Satish, quite a few of us are more than 1 or 2 decades of experience we do have. So there are various, as I told you in the while ago, the organizing the team committee, we ourselves are from a mixed background in terms of domain, companies, or years of experience, etc. So we are all aligned in the common goal to help the people and help the community. It's a pure volunteering efforts, right? In case, as I told you, just in case any particular topic that we feel we may not be the right candidates to fill in that gap or to help you adequately, we will certainly reach out. So we definitely, that's where I said the community. We will reach out to the community, get the best mentors or the speaker who could help us out on a particular topic. We will take it on demand, and as we go, we will take it up. So we will try our best. Also, the materials to refer as well, we will try to share. What best we have, we will share it with you as well. Right? That again, I would go back to what Satish said. See, this is again, we do not know each other. Yes. This is the first time we are meeting. We just come across each other's name. Keeping that aside, we don't know anything much about anybody else apart from just the introduction that we have just shared, little introductions. So obviously, you should let us know. As I told you, you should help us to help you out. Please do speak out. Let us know, where do you think you need help? It doesn't matter, right? Ultimately, there is no shame or there is no, what do you call? I would say there is no pulling back factors. Don't feel that. Please come out. It is effectively, you ask for help is the first best thing you do yourself, right? The first best thing you can help yourself is to ask a question. It's all right. Nobody knows everything. One who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. One who doesn't ask a question is a fool forever, right? There are good proverbs to motivate people to ask questions. Please do speak up, speak out and ask the question, right? We are here to help us out. Again, I don't say that we are genius. No, we have our own expertise. Just in case a topic of your choice or you look for, we are not having that potential capacity in us, we would do our best to get you the mentors or subject matter experts who will help you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, and particularly I want to highlight about people who has a career break. Even my wife had a career break. In fact, she is more successful than me. If you have a career break, you consider that is a huge plus. I hope Raghavan also agrees. Because people who are having career break, right? When you join back to the industry, you will have a fresh mindset, fresh set of idea. And this is not just something that I'm trying to motivate you. I am taking by the fact that I have seen in my experience. There's a lady, my friend Divya Vishalakshi. She quit her job for almost 8 years due to family. They moved to a foreign country. And when she came back to India, she wanted to restart her career. And she had a lot of doubts in her ability to join the company. But she took a bold step to join the company back. And first 1 month, she was really struggling because apart from her, she was seeing everybody moving faster. But as we speak now, she's one of the top position in their company within short period of time. How it happened is because she had a fresh mindset. So having a career break is not a problem. It's actually a huge plus. Consider it that way. Am I making it clear?
Yep.
You can unmute and speak. No problem. Okay, we are a small group. Don't worry. It's not like other conferences where we will say you type the question and all those stuff. You speak. We will have a smaller group only. We will not exceed beyond the limit because that's how we will get the focus to the candidates that we have. So that's one. Second thing, someone mentioned about I'm an HR and then I want to get into Java. Who was that? Can you unmute and speak? Some other question I
Yeah,
saw.
sir, it's me. Yeah.
Hi,
Last
Can
Lasya.
you introduce yourself, name and introduce yourself and put your question.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Lasya Priya. So previously I worked as an HR and recently I got laid off because of the lack of clients for the company. So I took this gap and just trying to prepare myself for a career change into Java development. So probably I'm a fresher into this field.
But what did you study? What did you study?
I am a graduate in EC stream, 2020 pass out.
Okay, from EC, move to HR.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
fine. So probably Satish, I would like to take this up.
Yes, yes.
So
please.
Lasya, no worries. Thank you for joining us and asking this, speaking out as well, right? Speaking up. So what I see here is absolutely there is nothing wrong. Most welcome to you. You are welcome to the Java community. We welcome you, right? You can definitely be a part of this journey, right? But only thing what I see here in your case is you need to put in a lot more efforts because as I told you, I don't know what time you joined last year, right? We may not be able to cover because I see that you are fresh into the career, right? Java track as well. You are not having enough knowledge. You have not acquired enough knowledge, and we may not be able to cover the complete subjects, especially when you talk about enterprise application development. So there is a little we can cover in the limited time frame that we have. That's again, I would like to call it as a focused sessions, right? Each topic you will cover, you'll try to give a walkthrough, etc. So you need to definitely put in a lot of efforts to go back and forth, to catch up with the subjects that we speak about. But in case anything you feel you are lacking, you need little more attention or energy, little more attention or support required for a particular topic, maybe you can get in touch with one-on-one, where if we have a bandwidth, we'll try to help you. That's again may not be always guaranteed.
Okay.
You get that right?
Yeah.
So it's more on you. So you can be a part of this. The only thing where I see a challenge you may face is if you are not having the sufficient knowledge in the tracks that we deal, you may feel it like Greek and Latin. Sometimes you may not be able to catch up when we discuss a topic in the class. You may feel you are a bit lost. That is why I'm requesting you to catch up on your own. You need to catch up probably by taking a book on that subject or online course or tutorials, video tutorials or blogs, articles, materials, anything of that sort. You can catch up and help yourself. So that is something, an extended homework that you need to put in last year.
Okay.
But I'm not discouraging you. You're most welcome. We will see how best we can get you prepared. That's something.
Maybe I will add it. Lastly, for you people, I can recommend you to some mentors who take it, but they will not take it like a professional institute. They will charge actually, but they are not doing it like mass 200 people, 300 people. You can, if you want, you can. We can arrange for a personal tutor also. But as Raghavan said, very simple. Lastly, I'll just keep a very simple data point only. Where are you from, Lazlia? Which city?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Okay, perfect. See, in Chennai, the Java user group community is organized by a person. His name is Sundar. I don't know whether that group is still active. He is 75-year-old retired army man. Okay. And he is conducting Java user group meetup. Okay. Now tell me whether your question of I'm a HR, but I studied ECE, I'm recent pass out. Should I learn? I mean, can I learn Java or not? Is this valid?
Okay, got it.
No, can definitely. And I have personally coached people. Two people that I can relate is one lady who did B Farm as a graduation and she was working for school kids and she joined as a React developer in a company. Okay. Now, having said that, we keep it very simple. Okay. Just because someone is right-handed batsman, we cannot say that, okay, he will also become Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar became Sachin Tendulkar because he practiced and then became Sachin Tendulkar. Same way, if you practice with conviction and if you really have interest and passion, Java is nothing. Any programming language you can learn. So you can attend these classes. Like Raghavan said, sometimes it might feel Latin and Greek. In that case, you need to put an effort, either by taking a Udemy course, or you need to take a personal professional mentor, or you need to join some courses at Hyderabad just to keep up the pace. But if you show your quality, we will try to get you a job.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. So we have other questions. Yeah, thanks, Lazia. Thanks, Satish. So there is a question from Yatish, but beforehand, I think Mayank, I have answered your question, isn't it? So 7th July, is it mandatory to attend offline or can we join online also? So that is preferably in person. It's again on the application development, right? It's preferably in person. We do recommend strongly people should come and attend the event in person. Only then we would have a better judgment and evaluation, supervision, right? But let's speak one-on-one. If at all, in case you have a genuine difficulty, anybody for that matter, we will take it one-on-one and see how best we can take your candidature separately. Is that fine, Mayank? You have still Mayank with us, or yes, dropped? Okay, looks like he has dropped. All right. Thanks, Mayank, for that question anyways. Yatish P. Yes, Yatish, no worries. Thank you for joining. And you are again a very good candidate, I would say. You are the perfect fit into this track. So not to worry about it, right? Obviously, the reasons could be many. I do empathize, right? I understand the situation, what you would have gone through and the challenges you would have faced, but be rest assured, not to worry. Only thing, as myself and Satish keep reassuring you, is that this is a momentum where we are here to help you guys. It's a triangle, right? People who are looking for a job is in one corner. People who are ready to give a job, employers in another corner. We are in the middle. We try to bridge both of you by helping you equip and getting the JDs filtered and then let you do a handshake. For which, please do give your best in preparing yourself, attending the classes, taking the evaluation, what we have, quizzes or application development, give your best. So probably leave the rest of this, let's see. So definitely the other point is we do have the JDs that keeps coming up, right? We will try to arrange, but again, as I keep reiterating the fact, we are not just going to give, please do keep that in mind to every one of you. Can I request your 1 minute of attention, please? It is not just going to be on any other merits, like something like no sympathy or no any other factors, not at all. Because like how we are here to help you, we are also here to help the employers. As I just said, we are bridging between candidates and the employers. So we want to give a good candidates to the employers. So that said, your efforts in helping yourself prepare and presenting matters a lot. So no, not for any sake. Probably people from this background, that criteria, nothing of that sort. Pure meritocracy, your own qualification is gonna get you a job. No influence, no recommendation, nothing. None of us is gonna do that. We are just facilitators, helping you guys prepare, get the JD and do the, as I explained in the slide. That's the only thing we're gonna do. Nothing more, nothing less. So you should do your best if you want a job. Is that clear? Yatish, I hope that helps.
Sir, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Yatish. I think Chakravarti raised a hand before I get into the other question. Yes, Chakravarti, please.
Hi, Raghavan. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for organizing this session. During this time, I was facing very difficult situation. At this time, these type of session will bring motivation and support us, right? The thing is, I have 2 years of experience in software development with 1.5 years of experience in Java. My previous project was completed on March of itself. But due to my company's recent policy that we have to get onboarded within 30 days of bench period, or else they started to stop payment, like we will be on loss of pay condition. The thing is, due to this, there are very limited opportunities in the company, and we have to choose ourselves without any support from the internal team or something like resource manager or anything. Due to this, I was into loss of pay. My pay was stopped from past 1.5 month. At this situation, I had an opportunity to get interact with Navin Reddy sir. I discussed it with him. He guided me about this session and about you. Raghavan sir is organizing this event. Maybe he will help you. So I thought maybe contacting you. Yeah, and you responded immediately in LinkedIn. Yeah, so I was thinking, as of now, I was in loss of pay because I need to support my family financially. So I haven't taken any decision of resigning in the company because I was continuously looking opportunities both inside and outside of the company. But
Right.
nowadays, I mostly observe that in Naukri or LinkedIn, most of the people are just giving job opportunities for either 3+ or 4+ years of experience. But my experience was around 2 years. HR's people are contacting me and they're just saying, sorry, as of now, we are not looking for 2 years of experience. So I was very in the dilemma state. Yeah, that's the reason I was attending this session. Yeah.
Sure. No problem, Chakravarti. First of all, again, sorry to hear that situation. We empathize with you, right? So
Yeah.
certainly we are here to help you. So stay motivated. And as you said, you are right. So because we don't have any say in the criteria of the people who look for employees, right? Employers may have a certain criteria when they look for people to fulfill a role, right? So maybe there are cases where they don't really look for junior most profiles or people who have lesser experience, I would say. But we are hopeful to get the JDs to cover you guys as well, who are less than 2 years of experience, right? As we speak, again, we don't commit anything to anybody. We are not promising anything, but we will help you prepare, re-equip on the preparation, right? Also on getting the JDs. So we are hopeful to have some JDs that will cover people of your experience also, lesser experienced candidates also, as we speak as on date, right? Sure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining and stay motivated and all the very best. Yeah.
I have
Yes, sir.
here. So Chakravarti, when you mentioned about this companies does not give this job guarantee and all those stuff, right? See, myself and
Correct.
Raghavan, we are in this industry for almost 20 years. Okay, we have seen 3 recessions: 2002, 2008, and now pandemic time it happened. But actually, people do not consider that as a recession. But actual recession is happening only now, and we feel that this recession, specific recession that we are talking about, will last longer than the previous recession. This will be tougher actually. So one thing, let us put it very straightforward. Okay, if you are coming from lower experience, then you are at the better hands, because when recession happens, usually people will be fired at the topmost and then they will try to recruit lower end quality people only, lower end profile only. So you'll be relatively easier. So being at the lower side, you should feel confident about it. Okay, our job will be even simpler to do the job for you. But one thing that you need to do is you need to put your effort, you need to show that you are capable. Okay,
yes, sir, definitely.
You are capable and your job is with you. What we give, what guarantee that we give is, we are not guaranteeing for your job, but we are guaranteeing for our support. That is what we can guarantee. And I can tell you that if you are putting a lot of effort and if you are putting sincere effort towards this, there's no problem, because you are in good hands. You are with Raghavan. Raghavan is doing this for right from our college days. I know Raghavan from my college also. So he has helped so many people like you. But you need to listen to your mentor, do your work as per your mentor's instruction, and leave it rest to Raghavan, and then they will do whatever that they can support.
Yes, sir. Yes, Satish. Thank you very much. I will give my 100% effort by attending the session as well as doing the assignments. Right? Yeah.
Thank you, Chakravarti. We'll try to have more quizzes, whatever best you guys. See, ultimately, as Satish said, right, it's not just about we have a plan how to run it, but you are most welcome to ask for anything, right? If you need it, can we have something? Let's try to keep it as interactive as possible. So only then we can help you better, right? Thank you, Chakravarti, once again.
Yeah, thank you, Raghav.
There's another question, very good question, Dashika, right? Okay, beforehand, Tata, up or out? So that's again a good question, right? So as I already said, we can have anything as a career guidance on demand, we can have. So once we have a WhatsApp group created as well, we'll try to have that interactions. And thank you for that. I'll try to plan something as at least, 1 or 2 career guidance sessions I'll have. where I can invite some mentors, probably Naveen, Vaibhav, Satish, myself. We'll plan to be there, couple of folks, so that any of the others can definitely try to help you from various different angles, right? We will have it, Parag. Thank you for that question, right? Then another great question from before Dashika. Okay, there's another question from Lakshmi Madala. Hey Lakshmi, I hope it's a good morning to you, right? You're still there with us, Lakshmi Madala? Hi Lakshmi. Okay, not sure. I think she dropped. I have completed my graduation in 2016. I have a career gap of 7 years. Currently staying in Plano, Texas. Yes, she pinged me. She is from the US. Looking for a job in Java backend development. It's a good opportunity for me to learn and improve myself. Yes, that's again, you are an ideal candidate, Lakshmi. All right. So,
Sir, yeah, I'm currently staying in US.
yes, Lakshmi.
So,
Yes.
I have seen this one from the Naveen sir only. So I just
Yes.
contacted you. Thanks for accepting me because I have a zero experience. I have a long career gap and
Sure.
looking job. This Java backend development job from the past 3 months. But due to because of a zero experience, there is no one interested to accept like a fresher also in these
Right.
current days.
Yeah. For you, Lakshmi, we will definitely, as other person who was that last year, right? Maybe we will probably, we may need to have some extended sessions. We will see how best people like you, right? We genuinely try to help you guys, right? We don't, the least we would say is no. That's the very least. Before saying that no, we will see how best we can help. Obviously, again, Naveen is a great instructor who has a very great passion in teaching.
Yes,
so
sir.
you are in the safe hands. You continue. I know that. I'm glad indeed you have joined this Spring Boot class. You continue to go through. In addition, whatever best absolute basics, fundamentals, whatever we can cover, we will try to help you with that as well. Actually. Right?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for joining us. Wish you a very good luck. Stay focused.
Thank you.
Stay motivated. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's a great question again from Dashika. Do we have to get to have a meetup in person with the team anytime during the training to have a better conversation and understanding, apart from 8th July in person and 15th July in person event? It's a very great question, Dashika. Yeah, thank you for asking that. But as I've just given you a response in the chat, this may not be really, we don't have a plan to conduct that because there is a challenge in arranging for the logistics and it may deviate our core intention as well. So we would stay connected online virtually for the rest of the classes. Only 2 events we would meet up in person. All right. Thanks. So Apara was the another question. In between dates, if you have any interviews, any guidance will be given. Yes, Apara, as I've already answered, we will certainly, I'll take that added into the agenda as well. Thank you for that questions, guys. I'll try to have at least 2 career guidance sessions, right? Whatever we call it as, either ask me anything or career guidance sessions. I'll arrange for 2 sessions minimum so that, we would have enough opportunities for the folks. In case we are not able to answer all the questions from everybody, we'll have one more session and try to catch up with the people based on the count as well, right? So we'll try to have that. All right, thank you. I think we are done with all the questions. Anything else? Also,
Aparav's question. Aparav, you're there? Can you be precise on your question? You want, when you say guidance, what level of guidance you need?
Yeah, hi Satish.
Hi,
Are you good? I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Ravan.
Hey, Aparav. Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah, just suppose we started the sessions today and till we have July 7th like that. So in between, if any interviews are scheduled, so is there any guidance will be given? Suppose some interviewers will expect that direct shootout answer, somebody will require a explanation, not more, they will require explanation time. So at that point of view, how we can answer
Okay.
and
Aparav, very simple answer. In fact, as I told you, this is not the first time that we are conducting. 3 years before, we conducted COVID classes. All our videos are there in Bangalore, Judge. You can go and watch it yourself. When we conduct it, it won't be this typical instructor, they come and then tell something like that. We will go to the point. There are certain techniques. which are not related directly to technical aspect, but there are some non-technical aspects also to clear the interview. I hope you understand. There are certain things that we cannot see in a broader group, right? It's not just about technical talent. And that also we will explain you. We will give all the tips and tricks. But what I would recommend is, if you have already scheduled the interview, then go on with it. But if you are attempting for an interview, wait until the classes gets over. To be very precise, wait until there will be a person called Feroz Mati. Okay, and he will be taking classes on data structure and algorithm. And those classes will become very, very handy for your interviews, today's interviews. And last time he has a track record also. I would recommend you attend the first few classes from Raghavan sir, Feroz Mati, and a few more classes. And after that, you give an attempt to your interview, your chances of clearing an interview will be better, rather than you give an interview now and then you cannot give the interview to the same company immediately. Correct.
Yeah.
So getting each interview is very difficult. So try to postpone your interviews. If you have already scheduled, no problem. You go on and then attend with whatever the training that you go through. But otherwise, for it and then go.
Yeah, definitely, sure.
So Apparav, that's a good question. I think you asked. You tend to look for mock interviews, isn't it? If I heard you right, some sort of mock interviews, right? So
Can you repeat again?
Mock interviews. You look for some mock interviews, isn't it?
Not like that. Yeah, maybe it is also worked out, because when we are answering in interview, so in the way of how we are answering, yeah, correct, exactly.
Okay, we will try to have that again. Timing is not very long. I'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. At least we can have one round of mock interview session, if possible,
Yes,
time
sure.
permits. Or otherwise, again, that's a good question, Apparav. Definitely, thank you for asking. In case, like Apparav, let's say, for example, anybody else, like say Chakravarti, you have some interviews lined up. You want some assistance. Please don't hesitate. Come up, speak up, say that, I have an interview lined up. I need some help, probably on this topic or some mock-up interviews. Please do ask, and we will see. Provided if we can speak to our people, our community, or event organizers or volunteers, or from the community, if somebody can help, and we'll try to line up with that person with you. But if you don't even ask, how do we understand? How do we get to know that what help do you need, right? So please do speak up. Let us know. Keep us engaged, right? Get yourself engaged in an engaged conversation, and an interactive mode. Keep us posted what is happening with you for the next 1 month. We are going to be with each other, right? June 12th till July 15th. So let's try to have on a regular conversing mode with each other. Only then we will understand what help do you need, and we will also see to it whether our bandwidth will support our interest or our capacity, right? Again, not just interest, we are all interested. I wouldn't say that. Our knowledge on the topic. In case Satish is better person for a particular topic, I would very well recommend Satish to take that session, not me, because he is the best guy to deliver that topic on, right? Likewise, we will also have some time to think through and help you in the best possible manner. For which you please speak up. Let us know what help do you need. That's the first thing, as I always say. First best thing that you should do to help yourself is to ask for help. All right. Apparav? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Great. Thank
Raghav,
you.
I have a small question as an audience. So now, if I understand from the meeting, there are two sides of group, right? One side, they already have Java experience and they directly can start. For example, tomorrow, most probably the classes will start with JWT tokens. And then as and when we get Feroz, we'll prioritize Feroz. That's the idea. So for some people, it will be like directly going to JWT and all those stuff will be like little difficult to grasp. So we need to think about the group where we need to clearly get the data from the group who are completely new. For example, there was one person from HR background. There is another person with 7 years of gap. We need to probably give them some inputs prior to that. So collect the data independently, and then we will have some time for them to prepare for the talk.
Right. Yeah, that's a good input. Obviously, yes. We as I said to these people individually, right? Lakshmi and Lasya, right? Who are not very experienced in Java. So we might need to take them. Probably we'll connect again internally not to start with probably, JWT on. Maybe we can start some refreshers, Satish. I would recommend that. Some core Java refresher, advanced Java refresher, 1 or 2 days we can cover so that people can catch up as a refresher. Then directly jumping onto a topic advanced level called JWT, I would recommend we go through a gradual pace so that people have, they feel that, they can cope up. We will take it offline, Satish, and we'll publish that as well, right? But that's a good question. Thank you for checking that. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Anything else? Any other questions? Sorry.
There's a question from Dashika. See, people who are, okay, actually, this is a cultural problem for us. People put their question in chat. Don't put any extra effort of typing. If you have a question, unmute yourself and speak. Be small.
That's better, right?
So don't worry. Nobody is going to ask you, why are you asking more question? Whoever want to ask, unmute yourself and speak. Dakshika, can you put your question forward?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Ravan.
Sure.
Yes, Satish.
Yeah, please
Hey,
go on.
Teja.
Teja.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teja, go
Yeah,
first.
yes, we are trying. Yeah, we are trying freshers, right? Can you resume building sessions? Guidance?
No, we are not training freshers. Sorry, Teja. That will dilute. I am afraid we are not typically helping freshers here. No. We are
No,
helping
Ravan, if it is
Yeah.
fresher, I think they need to connect with Naveen.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Know about
Satish,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
Naveen sir is leading the student side. He will definitely help you with that track.
Track, we are helping the people who are in the middle of the flow. They got lost their jobs. But as I explained in the session, student synergy, right? That's a different initiative that is organized led by Naveen Reddy. So please do take a look at the JavaFest.org website, connect with the Naveen, who could definitely help you out for resume building or whatever the queries that you may have potentially from academic to industry, right? All that essential ecosystem level help, Naveen will be able to help you. Teja, is that fine?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Thank you. Yeah, Dashika, please go on with your question.
Hi, I hope I have not annoyed by asking this silly question.
No worries. No, absolutely no. No question is stupid, Dashika. That's my lifetime principle I always follow. No question is stupid. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So this training, I suppose it will be a practical basis. So if we
Right.
get to know the softwares that we require, we can get ourselves ready for the sessions
Sure.
on the beforehand.
That's again a great question, Dashika. It's not a silly question. It's a great question. Thank you for asking, right? Probably we'll publish that as well, right? All we need is probably to begin with Java compiler, JDK setup, and an ID of your choice. Just to begin with at the initial stage, right?
Okay.
Probably an Eclipse, IntelliJ IDR, Spring Tool Suite, anything of your choice, you can use it. We will also publish that. I'll make a note. I'll be publishing that as well in the LinkedIn JavaFest page so that people can follow that. Thank you very much for reminding us on that. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. And another question factor as well, right? Operating system doesn't matter because we are working on a cross-platform technology, Java, right? So whichever machine that you have, please feel comfortable to use that, continue to use that, be it Linux or Windows, Macintosh, doesn't matter. Whichever flavor of Linux if you use, right? It doesn't matter at all, ever. So you can continue to use the machine, what you use, and you should be good to go as long as we have the right JDK and an ID. So that should be good enough for us. All right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? I think it's already we have spent a good amount of time. Probably I'd like to take one last question if there is any. Otherwise, we would be happy to wrap up the call. Are there any other questions? Yes, Satish, please. Yeah.
Okay, so I joined late, I think.
Sure.
So please firm me one more time. So how it's going to work? I think it will be a 30-day span, right?
It's about 3 weeks, Yatish, we have, right?
Okay.
3 weeks of course.
What we are going to do, how much time we can let in.
I'll share the PPT, right? I have presented the PPT. I'll be sharing that in the group as a PDF or PPT. You can run it through.
Okay. Actually, I'm having a 1.8 years of experience as a core Java. So I'm very much well known in core Java and Java education. And coming
Okay.
to the Spring Boot, all is I got to know by Telusuko Ravi sir only, and that helped me a lot.
Okay.
I have to manage in my project. But after 1.8 years experience, unfortunately because of layoff, I got jobless. So I was
Got it.
up.
Got
Yeah.
it. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah. So this will help me. I was
Sure. Certainly, Yatish.
okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
And should there be any subsequent questions on what we discussed, feel free to get in touch with me or Parvesh or even Satish, whose contact you have it in JavaFest. Please feel free to ask
Parvesh,
any.
let us keep Parvesh as a main person. Parvesh is here. Parvesh, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, he's rejoined now.
Yeah, Parvesh is there. So Parvesh will be the main. Raghavan sir will be the topmost mentor, but because of his availability, sometimes he may come, he may not come. But Parvesh will be there for all your beginning questions and all those stuff. Parvesh, can you introduce yourself if you are there in the call?
Parvesh.
Parvesh is on mute. Probably he's in.
Yeah, sorry, I am unable to mute. Yeah, hi everyone, Parvez here. So a bit about me is like I'm currently working as a software developer, 2 years of experience, where complete into backend, Java, Spring Boot, work at Siemens. So a bit about me is like from my college time, I was built by community. I used to travel to, Bangalore, Mysore, Chennai, for just to attend meetups, which are very open sourced, not promotional. Promotional sometimes to learn new technologies which are into hype, like ML. More often, Kubernetes containers, those things, everything I learned from, meetups, conference, these type of things only. And moreover, started to speak with people with the help of networking. Now I'm giving back to the community. Yeah, that's all about me.
Which is very great, Parvesh. I think you're a great role model, right? I would definitely appreciate that and wish all the people to follow that, right? In fact, we have all been through that, Parvesh. Decades back, we used to attend all Dev Today's. There was used to be IBM meetups and BEA. There was a company who developed the product called WebLogic, which was later brought over by Oracle, right? BEA, WebLogic. So they used to conduct regular meetups happening in Bangalore. So we used to go and attend Taj, several different restaurants or hotels. They used to conduct the one-day seminars and events, user group meetings. So we used to attend that. I do remember. I went back to my older days, right? Good to hear that. Thank you for sharing your experience, right?
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to add here, like many people who also are experienced and they don't had a platform to share their knowledge. Since like I am from a tier 3 college, who are not much exposure on off campus or on campus. I joined a company via hacker platform, that type. What I'm doing in my college, they are into the people who join the engineering colleges, like from rural areas. In my free time, like monthly once or 6 months twice, I used to go to my college to conduct free coding classes for second to third year students, so that they can get a grasp like how to get started. Even they don't have much exposure, because people who don't get into NEET, they'll go to engineering college, which is in the rural side college, which are very less cost. But they wanted to get achieve something in the area which they are going to study. They just don't want to drop out from the college. So maybe if you guys also have this much of experience, you wanted to give back, you don't have to be a super cool speaker to speak at any big conference. You can just go to a college and you also can speak. Just a small request for mine. That's it.
Yes, Parvesh. Yeah. Actually, his suggestion is very, very valid, particularly for Parvesh. Before you joined, we had some questions from people who are coming from different background, like HR or after a long career break. Like you said, right? For them, if you can give some free coding and all those stuff, right? Whenever you do it, it will be helpful for them also.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be a good help, Parvesh. Yeah. So what we told Parvesh, we both will be available as a point of contact. So both of us can be equally reached out, but I would request you to be the first point as well, right? So the initial people who need essential setup related questions, etc., I would request you to be supporting them, right? Mutually we can take the roles, but you can fill in the gaps, right? Fill in the place.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Right. I think that was a very great connecting. The first session of Recession, we had it today. I once again thank you all for joining, taking your time and joining us, right? So we are hopeful to have a fruitful set of discussions as we have a plan for a roadmap ahead as well. So we wish you all a very good luck. And we once again thank all the volunteers, right? And the event organizers of JavaFest. That's the main brain. That's one of the brain childs of JavaFest, right? The Recession is one of the tracks. So we want to thank all the volunteers and the sponsors, whoever, rest of all the people who are associated with the JavaFest as well, for letting us have a forum to run the show in this manner, right? We are all intended to give back to the community, but that JavaFest has created a pavement for all of us to be in this meet, right? So for that, I really appreciate the JavaFest community and all the organizers and even coordinators, volunteers as well. And I thank you all the participants who had shown the interest, and wishing you a very good luck. Let's learn together. Let's help each other. Let's grow together. All the very best, guys. Let's catch up tomorrow, right? We'll, as always, as we discussed, we will publish the events as well. Please stay connected, like and follow the LinkedIn JavaFest page, so that even before we connect, we create the WhatsApp group. That will be a point of contact for you to get all the updates, up to date and updates, whatever you will be really getting it on, right? So we'll keep you updated. Thank you very much once again. Have a wonderful evening and a great day from wherever you are joining, right? Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.